The film opens in a Florida state prison in 2003. A man named Fitzroy is visiting a prisoner, explaining that his criminal history, which includes killing a man, makes him a perfect fit for a job in a CIA program called Sierra. Fitzroy offers to commute his sentence if he accepts 18 years. Later in Bangkok, the prisoner code-named Sierra 6 receives a toy gun from a woman he's working with, Agent Miranda. He uses the toy gun to gain access to a room, where he switches it for a real gun, all while communicating with CIA agents through an earpiece. Carmichael, the head of the center, instructs him to eliminate a man who threatens national security. The target arrives and enters a room 2 floors above 6. As he prepares to shoot, a child approaches, the suspect causing 6 to hesitate. Despite Carmichael's insistence to shoot, 6 refuses and triggers a firefight with the target's bodyguards. Miranda joins in to help. 6 take down the guards. The target escapes by jumping out of a window and 6 follows. They end up in the middle of a big fireworks display, where the target claims to be Sierra 4. But 6 is skeptical. They engage in a fight and 6 eventually stabs 4. After some questioning, 4 convinces 6 that Carmichael is corrupt and hands him a necklace before dying. Miranda arrives and 6 explains the situation to her. Still, she reveals that the target has access to the classified information about Sierra. Carmichael's men searched for 4, but failed to find what they want. He contacts 6 asking about the item the target gave him, but 6 ignores him and hangs up. He participates in a gaming event, removing a memory stick from his necklace and checking its contents. He departs and calls Fitzroy, who is now retired. 6 mentions that Carmichael may be corrupt and asks if 4 has a scar on his right chin, which Fitzroy confirms. 6 reveals that they made him eliminate 4, who had given him an encrypted drive. Fitzroy believes he will reach out to people he still knows in the agency, mentioning that they can pick him up at an airfield outside Bangkok. Later, Suzanne is observed speaking with Carmichael in a CIA restroom, and he informs her that they will utilize Lloyd to resolve this situation. She advises against it, stating that Lloyd employs sociopathic methods, but he dismisses her concerns. Subsequently, Lloyd is depicted torturing someone. While Carmichael calls him, he instructs Lloyd that his primary objective is to track down and eliminate Sierra 6, who possesses information that could result in lengthy sentences for both. Lloyd inquires about the close relationship between 6 and Fitzroy. Carmichael mentions that they are akin to father and son. Lloyd then proposes kidnapping someone dear to Fitzroy. 6 arrives at the airfield the following day, where individuals await to pick him up. Meanwhile, Lloyd confronts Fitzroy at a funeral, menacingly handling a photo of Fitzroy's niece, and demanding to know 6's whereabouts. Shortly after that, the men tasked with picking up 6 receive a call from Fitzroy instructing them to eliminate 6. 6 is prepared. When they attempt to attack him and successfully counters their assault, he effectively battles against 4 opponents simultaneously. However, they accidentally puncture a hole in the plane, causing the entire side to be torn away. Debris damages 2 engines, causing the plane to break apart. 6 finds himself plummeting through the sky as he spots an individual with a parachute. He engages with the individual, strangling him and seizing the opportunity to hold on as the parachute deploys. After landing, 6 contacts Fitzroy expressing his betrayal, and Fitzroy reveals that they have his niece. 6 responds with frustration. Later, Lloyd informs Fitzroy that he will elevate 6's profile to the point where every top-notch covert team will target him. Subsequently, 6 is seen napping on a train. 2 years earlier, Fitzroy and a CIA center chief named Margaret informed 6 that Fitzroy was looking after a niece, Claire Rhee. Margaret has ensured Claire Rhee has had an everyday life, but now someone has leaked Fitzroy's address. They have requested agency security to assist them, but Carmichael won't provide it for some reason. Since Fitzroy is on a mission, they need 6 to look after her. Fitzroy explains Claire Rhee was born with a heart condition and has recently received a pacemaker requiring frequent hospital visits. He meets Claire Eyre, who says his name is unusual, and 6 playfully says 007 was taken. Later, outside, 6 is searching for his jacket and notices Claire Rhee sitting on it. They have a brief friendly conversation before 6 returns to watch over her. That evening, as 6 monitors the house, Claire Rhee calls his name, saying something is amiss, and collapses. 6 quickly gets her to the hospital. At the hospital, doctors explain that it was a programming glitch in her pacemaker and that she should be fine. Confirming that the tracker in the pacemaker was functioning correctly, Claire Rhee signals to 6, who is keeping an eye on her. The next day, 6 asks Claire Rhee if she's feeling better, and she responds it's just another Thursday. She mentions Fitzroy is the closest thing to her family, and 6 admits he feels the same way about him. Suddenly he notices cameras going offline and tells Claire she should go to bed. Claire plays loud music in her room and Six cautiously walks through the building hearing something. Suddenly while the music plays, Six begins to fight an armed man who appears in the building. Claire hears the fighting noises and asks Six if he's okay. Seeing a body on the floor, Six responds it's just another Thursday, wishing her a good night, and she slowly returns to her room. In the present, Six arrives in Vienna where he picks up a bag containing money and guns. He heads home to a man who offers a substantial amount of money. Six tells him he needs a passport and the serial number for a pacemaker that belongs to Claire. Fitzroy the man tells him to clean himself up while he takes care of it. While washing up, Six notices a burn mark on his wrist, triggering flashbacks of a man telling him to conceal it so his mother doesn't see. He then writes the pacemaker serial number on his hand. He stands in front of a camera, but instead of taking a picture, the man pushes a lever that opens a trapo. Six falls in and immediately tries to shoot the man, but the trapo glass is bulletproof. Meanwhile in Berlin, Carmichael interrogates Miranda asking if she suspects Six has another agenda besides the mission. She says she didn't because she just met Six. For the first time, Carmichael threatens Miranda, stating her life is over if there's something she's doing. She says she knows nothing and tells him to remove himself from her personal space. At the same time, Six is seen gathering tools and working on something. He cuts off an old pipe, removes gunpowder from bullets, fills the pipe with it and attaches his pistol to it. Meanwhile it's discovered that Six has been apprehended. Just as Carmichael informs Miranda that she's suspended from field duty, he receives a message. Miranda can catch a glimpse of it reflected in his glasses. After Carmichael leaves, she also departs and takes a car. Six damaged another pipe, causing the compartment to fill with water. When Lloyd shows up, they forcefully enter the man's door and Lloyd fatally shoots him. Six plants his device on the trap door as they swim down to the basement. Suddenly he activates the device. He swiftly rises and launches an attack on the men in the room. Still as he subdues the last individual, Lloyd intervenes and uses pepper spray on him. After exchanging some quick sassy remarks, Six drops a grenade. The two escape in different directions. Injured, Six attempts to flee but Lloyd intercepts him once more. Suddenly Lloyd is shot with a tranquilizer and Miranda unexpectedly appears. She points a gun at Six and escorts him to her car. But when he refuses to get into the trunk, she also tranquilizes him. Sometime later in Crow, Lloyd arrives in a helicopter with Fitzroy. Suzanne appears, upset, informing him that he cannot abduct CIA agents and their families. However, Lloyd insists he will do whatever it takes to complete his mission. Then Fitzroy is brought into the room with Claire and she embraces him. Six regains consciousness in Miranda's car and she is furious, because Carmichael suspects she's collaborating with him. He warns her that they will likely both be killed and she asks why. Six explains that Four gave him an encrypted drive which he sent to Margaret residing in Prague. Miranda immediately heads home to Margaret. Meanwhile, Lloyd's IT specialist has discovered footage of Six in Bangkok sending a package to someone in Prague. Lloyd interrogates Fitzroy to find out who lives in Prague, but Fitzroy remains unyielding. Only after Lloyd threatens to involve Claire again does he divulge the information. After that, Miranda and Six arrive at Margaret's residence. She has managed to decrypt the drive, and it reveals that Carmichael has used the CIA as his personal hit squad, carrying out unauthorized assassinations and bombings without concern for collateral damage. Margaret gives Six a key to her bulletproof car, but their apartment is suddenly sprayed with bullets. Six accidentally drops the key and Miranda picks it up. Then a grenade is thrown through the window and Miranda flees. After the explosion, Margaret shows Six a hidden escape route, but stays behind to delay the attackers. As mercenaries enter the apartment, Margaret fills it with gas and blows them up. Six is chased by the police as he leaves the building, and is unfortunately hit by a car. He is arrested and handcuffed to a bench. Lloyd orders every team they've sent to shoot anyone obstructing their mission. Trucks arrive and Six, to disperse the crowd, grabs a gun from a cop and fires into the air. Lloyd's men attack and Six manages to hide behind the bench. They start killing cops and Suzanne as shocked SWAT teams arrive and a full-scale war breaks out on the street. Six sees a gun under the bench and tries to reach it. He succeeds and uses it to kill a mercenary. Six then starts pulling a dead cop closer since no one manages to shoot Six. Lloyd offers an extra $10 million to the one who kills him. Six grabs a new magazine, shoots at an oncoming van, then frees himself, and runs. They lose sight of him, but suddenly see the tram starting to move. Six starts shooting at them and some mercenaries board the vehicle. A chase ensues and soon after Miranda appears. Six tries to defend himself against the men, trying to get him on the tram and takes out those who follow in cars. 6 climbs onto the exterior and they shoot grenades at the tram. They try to shoot again at 6, but Miranda rams her car into the van, causing the tram to derail. 6 starts running. Miranda reverses the car to catch him and they somehow make it out alive. Before entering the vehicle, 6 surveys the devastation. Lloyd attempts to contact any of his potentially alive associates, but unfortunately no one responds. Suzanne remarks that this is the most significant failure in any asset retrieval,